Hi everybody, I'm Chef Jeffrey Gardner. It is biscuit day today at SouthernKitchen.com. Fewer dishes scream Southern cuisine more than classic buttermilk biscuits, and I'm going to walk you through how to make a very easy version. First off, we're starting with white lily flour. I'm normally not very brand specific, but white lily flour is made from soft winter wheat, has a very low protein and gluten content. Your final biscuits will be much fluffier and taller than if you were to use a more conventional flour. Now, as a chef, I tend to favor their self-rising flour, but if you can only get all-purpose, here's kind of an easy way to replicate that same flour. We have some salt, baking soda, and baking powder. And we're just gonna whisk this up till it's combined. I tend to favor a classic shortening when it comes to making my biscuits. The important thing is to keep your fat, if you're using shortening or butter, very cold. This has been cut into pieces and put in the freezer before we get started. Our cutter has also been refrigerated, just to make sure that as we're working with it, that we don't melt the fat. We're gonna work this in until the texture of the flour begins to resemble coarse crumbs. Almost think like grated Parmesan cheese. The important thing here is just to work as quickly as you can. So as you can see, there's still some big chunks of shortening, but as long as the majority of it is thoroughly integrated with the flour, we're gonna be good to go. The next thing, we're gonna make a well in the center of our flour mixture, and then we're gonna add buttermilk. I like a full fat buttermilk for this. Also, much like the fat, make sure that it's very cold. And just use very short, deliberate strokes with your hand, working as little as possible. The more we work this dough, the tougher it's gonna be. We want it to be very tacky for our final rollout. All right, so this is a very sticky, tacky, wet dough. We're gonna flour our work surface and then roll these out. First thing we have here is a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. I have a 3-inch biscuit cutter and then a small mound of bench flour. Very important that you don't use too much flour. If we work it into the dough, the biscuits will be tough. I'm gonna just take a small pinch and just lightly toss. You can use your hand to smear it out if you like. Just a very light layer. I also wanna flour my hands. I'm just gonna use my hands to press the dough out to about 1 inch in thickness. We're not overworking our dough. Perfect. So now the easiest way to do this, we're gonna take our cutter and just give it a quick dunk into our flour, and then working around the perimeter of the biscuits, punch out circles of dough. Don't twist, because that'll affect the final rise. They won't be as tall as you would like them. So just quick dunk, punch, move out, and then transfer to our baking sheet. Now with the dough that's left, you really only have one shot to kind of put this back together as gently as possible without overworking it much. These won't be as good as from our first press, but they'll still be delicious. Quick press, we'll probably get about 2 more biscuits out of this. Just applying a nice coating of melted butter. Now it's time to bake. Park them in a 425-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. Just taking our biscuits out of the oven. They smell fantastic. We're gonna hit them with one more pass with melted butter while they're still nice and warm. You can see they got the beautiful hard exterior, but they are very pillowy soft in the center. Perfect Southern biscuit. And there you have it, classic Southern buttermilk biscuits. I'm Chef Jeffrey Gardner. For more cooking tips and recipes, visit SouthernKitchen.com. Thanks for watching.